Hello, everybody. And I hope you're having a good first of the week. Let me adjust that a little bit. And it's crazy. My glasses, some days they are just reflecting. And I hope everybody had a great time. And there is lots of people in here already. The Wolf That Could. She just won vanilla beans last week. So that is very cool, Shauna. So I'm glad you're in here. Doug is in here, and he's on his phone because him and Shelly are on vacation. And I hope you're just having a fabulous time. I hope you're just getting refreshed and just having a fabulous time. And my good friend Steph is in. I hope you are having fun, and I see that you are knitting. So fun. Steph is amazing. And Teresa's in. Teresa, how are ya? And Sarah is in here. Hello. And we even have Rebecca's in. Rebecca is very talented with yarn also. And we have just some fun hats from both of those girls. And Jeannie just popped in. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? And Craig is in. Hey. Also, starting over Homestead. Hello from the warm and humid Gulf Coast of Mississippi. I'm sure it is. It's probably hot and sweltering down there in the summertime. I've only been to Mississippi, actually when it was New Year's Eve time. And so I haven't ever been there in the summertime. But some parts of Mississippi, I understand, have been very dry also. So that's interesting. And Angie is in. She just got back home today. Her and I and Erin went up to North Dakota, and she spent the night at my house last night, and they drove back home today. So I was glad that everything went back. Oh, Debbie's back from Texas. Hey, Debbie, how are you? I hope you had a great time. It's your dad that lives down there, if I remember right, and I hope you had a great time with him. And people are just saying hi to everybody. Living a Rogue Live. Hey, girl, how are ya? I hope you're having a good day today. And it was hot. It was hot here in Wyoming. And in fact, it was too hot. I was trying to spray paint Altoid tins. Some of them open up this way. Some of them are tall, and there's a little teeny lid. And I had this rubber stuff, and I thought, well, it was just a scrap. I thought, well, I'll just spray paint on that. Well, I think it was a little too warm, and there was a little bit of a chemical reaction with the spray paint. And the first, it looked good, and that was dry, and I flipped it over, and I was spraying the other, and went back out. All stuck to it. I had to scrape it with a putty knife and then respray it. So I didn't get done with that video, but I'll have it up tomorrow. But it was, sometimes those things happen. And it's not too hot right now. I think it was a little more moist than it usually is here in Wyoming. And I think that probably that was what did it. And I hope I didn't miss anybody else. Alpine Gulch is in. And Alpine Gulch and His Way Homestead are both members. And Todd Rainey is in here, and he is also a member. Todd, Angie, and I were just talking about you this weekend, and we both said, we just love Todd Rainey. So we were talking about you. Alpine Gulch has finally rained here too. And Nina is in, a member. Hello, Nina. I don't know if your husband's with you, Nina, but tell him I said hello. And Barb's Country Home is in. Hey, girl, how are ya? Well, it's, sometimes you're doing stuff. Sometimes things work out really good. Sometimes they don't. So I'm out spray painting, and that stuff just stuck to that rubberized stuff. So I'm scraping it off, and I get in the house, and I'm looking on my arm, and I got a bite there, and I got a bite there, and under my wrist, it's it's kind of itchy, and I take my watch off and have a bite there and have a bite here. I must have had some red ants climb up while I was spray painting, and they decided to bite me. So I put stuff on it, and it was like, well, I didn't plan for that. Hey, girl, I mailed your vanilla today, and so you should get it before the end of the week. So I hope you enjoyed, and oh my gosh, it's Bunky's garden. Hey, Bunky girl, how are you? Now, Bunky was a star last night. She and her sisters, KK and Trey, were over at Garden State Gardener, and he interviewed them, and it was just so lovely. And then I had to leave early because I wanted to go over to Doug at his way Homestead's live, and then pretty soon people started coming over, and it was just great. So are all the girls in here? Is KK, Trey, and Bunky in here? That is fabulous. That's right, for only 99 cents. Let me do that, and it will pop up that link. Thank you, Alpine Gulch. And that's what my members cost. All of them are 99 cents. And there's Nightbot showing ya. So today I uploaded a video that is all about the thermometer that I got. I smoked chicken, then I baked it, then I pulled it all off, and I actually made some soup too besides the broth, and then we had chicken. So those 4 chickens went a long way. But I got to use my new thermometer, which is digital, but not just digital. See, it plugs into my computer. I have used it, and wow, I love it. Actually, next week I'll have a video on all the crazy things that I took temperatures of because I thought, this is so funny, because usually you think, oh, I'm going to use my meat thermometer. Well, it's just a thermometer. It can do other things besides meat, candies, all kinds of stuff. And so people just think that that's what you should do. But do you know the exact temperature of an egg inside your refrigerator? What about the exact temperature of an egg when I take it out of the coop? And what's the temperature of your milk? What's the temperature of your coffee after you're done with breakfast? Just funny things that I think about and silly things that I think about. And so that video is up next week, and you can see all the funny things I did with my thermometer because I found it just totally fun. Trey's on her way. Now, if you don't know, I should have switched it with my logo up in the corner. Trey made me a new logo, and I love it. I do. I love it. And so I've been adding it to videos, and I added it to my border on my Facebook and YouTube and just different things. And I'm going to make some t-shirts. And then I'm going to send the Vineyard Chicks my new t-shirts. So I just so appreciate that Trey did that for me. Sarah, thank you so much. A thumbs up always helps. Oh, there's Trey. Hey, how are you? I love it when all the girls come in. Now, Trey and KK and Bunky, you're homeschooled, but our school across the street is starting this week, which is so much earlier. When I was growing up, school never started until after Labor Day. But, they have lots more breaks than I think I had when I was growing up. What do you think, Craig? Is it more than what we had when we were growing up? Oh, Teresa says that she's back. Wi-Fi bad. We were having trouble with Wi-Fi today. And in fact, Joe's going to run some tests. And if it can't get it to work, turn it on and off and all this stuff that you do, we're going to have to call our provider because it's up, it's down on downloading, and it doesn't want to load your stuff because it keeps fluctuating. Sometimes those things just happen. And everybody is still saying hi to everybody. I don't want to. Oh, Craig says absolutely. That's what I thought. I thought they had more breaks than we did and longer vacations and stuff like that. Oh, Lazy Bunny Homestead. Hello. Lazy Bunny, have you ever been in a live before? If you have, I apologize that I'm not remembering. But if you haven't, then welcome. And everybody in the chat, please say hi to Lazy Bunny Homestead and make them feel welcome and give them some YouTube love, as we all say. Oh, so haven't been on. So if you share your first name, that will be helpful to people. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, that is totally okay. But if you'd like to, people always like to get to know people in the chat. And so I appreciate it. Look at Trey. She's so sweet. Welcome to Miss Sandy's. And everybody's saying hi. And 12 Stones. Hey, how are you guys? And Carol just popped in. Oh, Christine, and she is from Kentucky. Christine, do you have videos or do you just watch YouTube? Because some people have fun names and they just watch. They don't have YouTubes. But if you have a YouTube channel, we will make sure everybody goes over and checks you out. So that is awesome. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it. Now, I am doing some fun stuff with YouTube Shorts. YouTube would like to have YouTube channels do shorts. A lot of shorts they'd like you to do. And so I said, I'm okay with that. You know, shorts are fun. And so you will see a short every single day this week. I have done probably, 5-10 shorts in the last 5 days or something. It's been a lot. Some days I had 2 or 3 shorts in one day. But it used to be that a short would take me a long time. I'd redo it and I'd redo it and redo it. And I wasn't having any fun with it. And I thought, no, I am looking at this wrong. And so I started doing shorts. We went up to North Dakota, and so I did a bunch of shorts with that. And I did a short on I had forgotten vinegar in my water when I canned with my pressure canner. And if you don't put water in that water that surrounds water bath or pressure canning, all the minerals in your water want to adhere to your canning jar. And it's not like you can't scrub it off, because you can, but it's just so easy not to. And I don't know what I was thinking, and I just never even thought about it. And I pulled those jars out, and it was like, oh, crap, because I have to scrub them all now. So anyway, I did a 15-second short this morning. It has like 5,500 people that have watched it. It's so fun. So far, I've made hardly any money on shorts, but it is totally fun. And for all you YouTube channels, if you did not know, YouTube has a special thing, and they randomly pick, I'm not sure how they pick, people that are doing shorts, and they give you money. And so I thought, well, I'll try that. How fun, how can you go wrong? It's 15 seconds. And it's fun. And in fact, I started talking to some people, and I said, what do you think about shorts? And people would say, they suck you in. You just watch them and watch them and watch them and watch them and watch them, because they're 15 seconds. I mean, you can make a short for up to 60 seconds, but you can learn things, you can laugh, you can cry, and it's all in 15 seconds. And so I found it kind of fun to do it. And it's silly and fun, and why not? And so you are going to see shorts on my channel too. Tomorrow, you're going to watch as I hand feed my chickens for 15 seconds. Ouch. They don't mean to hurt your hand, but they do. Oh, that is so funny. Shorts are great in the summer, but I would never wear them in the winter. You're so funny. See, that's true. 1 minute turns into hours like TikTok. And it's easy to suck people in, but sometimes you just want some mindless entertainment, and it can be really fun. And then all of a sudden you learn something in that 15 seconds, and it was like, whoa. Oh, can I ask how you came up with your name? Yeah. I came up with my name because I live in the suburbs and I love to homestead. And my whole goal really of my channel is to be self-sustaining, self-sufficient, and self-reliant. And I was just going to do Suburban Homestead, but there are other channels named that. So then I decided Suburban Homestead WY because I live in Arizona, or in Wyoming. And then we started going to Arizona in the wintertime to live right next to my mom and dad. My dad is 91. And so then I added the AZ so that people would know, because otherwise they'd be going, how are you gardening in the wintertime when you live in Wyoming? And I didn't want people to be, that they didn't understand what was happening. So that's how I came with my name. And I hope I didn't miss anybody in there. Tina Ladybug is in. Hey, Tina, how are ya? I hope you are having a fabulous week. And is Jason in here? I did not see Jason. So Jason, North Michigan Homestead. So sometimes the chat goes so fast that you can't see everything. And I used to always try to go back and forth. And then Angie says to me one day, don't do that. They'll repeat the question if you missed it and they want an answer, or they want to say something again. Starting over homestead. Why are there so few trees in Wyoming? Well, that would depend on what part of Wyoming you are. We have lots of trees in the northeast corner of Wyoming that is part of the Wyoming Black Hills. We have the Bighorn Mountains. We have the Rocky Mountains. We have the mountain range that goes by Laramie and up by Casper. We actually have lots of trees, but we also have lots of prairie. And so I like the balance. And some people just don't like the prairie part. But I always tell them, have you walked the prairie before? Because it is so interesting. We have a national grasslands that's just north of town. And every time I have been there, in different times of the summer, the flowers are amazing. There is always so many different flowers. And, see, I thought I had missed Jason, but it was Nightbot. Okay. I learned how to unroll foil the right way from Suburban Homestead shorts because there are tricks in the kitchen. Today, and I'll actually have the video in a couple days, but when you have chickens or any farm animal in a homestead, urban homestead, a suburban homestead, you can have flies. And then in the summertime, you just have flies. I don't like them. And so I've tried different fly traps this summer, putting them by the chicken coop, because I don't want the flies by my chickens. I just don't want them there. And so I decided I was going to go searching. And so I did this thing with this different kind of fly paper And that video is coming up this week, but I want to give that away because it's just a short video and I think you guys will think it's fun. Hey, Jules Gardening Tips. How are you, young man? And I did miss right up here, I thought. Oh, I've been driven from Cheyenne to Montana. I've seen so few trees. That side of the state, that's the side of the state I live in. You would go up to Gillette, and then you would go over to Billings. And when you got over to Buffalo and Sheridan, you would see the starting of the Bighorn Mountains. But it is a lot of prairie along that way. A lot of sagebrush. Sagebrush is not my favorite thing, though there's a lot of different kinds, and they grow over 200 years. They're still not my favorite thing at all. And Angie's correct. I have to admit, though I grew up in South Dakota, I have to say that the scenery and the rolling prairie is much more beautiful in North Dakota than it is in South Dakota. It's shocking. And it is high plains desert. It's amazing. So let me scroll back down. Oh, Lazy Bunny Homestead. I moved to Kentucky from Tucson, Arizona. I miss it. The mountains, the sunsets, and the quartz stores. That's true. I was in Tucson just in May. And it's a beautiful town. And they have the best restaurant there called Feasts. And they change their menu every month. I love it. It's just fabulous. Though I'm sure Kentucky's got to be absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I've got no bugs this year, knock on wood, but my plants still aren't doing well. My dirt is tired. I tried digging a fall garden last year. I'm just going to set up for the winter from now on. Ah, interesting. This week I'm doing a video on worm casting. And I actually went around to stores this morning. I mean, I did get my bags of worm castings, but I actually wanted to take some pictures of other worm casting bags you can buy in those stores. Because, quick trip. Okay. Because not all worm castings are created equal. Some of them say that they're derived from worm castings. And they don't tell you how that's happening. And the nitrogen levels vary so much. There's no phosphorus or potassium in worm castings. But it's interesting. And, oh, Blue's here. Hey, girl, you are up early this morning because on my 9 o'clock lives on Friday, it's like 3:30 in the morning. It's got to be 2:30 in the morning at your house. That is early. Oh, Barb was raised in Tucson, Arizona. The VA Center in Tucson, Arizona has got to be one of the most beautiful facilities I've ever seen. And they treated my dad, my 91-year-old father, very well. And I just so appreciate Tucson, Arizona. Oh, 12 Stones Ranch. My parents lived there for a time too. See, people have connections to Tucson, Arizona. That's interesting. Oh, John's here. Hey, John, how are ya? John has probably been hiking and camping all over the place this summer. Sarah says, I think I need to go to the fishing store, get some worms, and just dump them in my garden. Next week, I'm doing a part of a talk with the master gardeners. And, Blue says it's 3:24. Tanny will be up soon, so I'm just enjoying the first quiet moments of the day. That's always nice. They're doing a compost and vermiculture talk, and it's open to the public, and it's both in Gillette, and then it's down at the library, 2 different days. And so one of the master gardeners doing vermiculture, and I do vermiculture. Only I don't buy red wigglers anymore. I just do earthworms because red wigglers have a hard time surviving winter in Wyoming unless I would bring them in. And then I just don't. Their eggs can survive some winters if it's not too bad of a winter. So, but I just use the earthworms anymore, and then I just dump them in the soil. Well, Jared, the guy with the master gardener that's doing vermiculture, then one of the other gals is doing compost in general. And I am doing a presentation on doing a compost, I wouldn't call it a pile, in a large PVC pipe with holes drilled in it. So you dig a hole in your garden, you put the PVC pipe with all the holes in the ground, and then you just dump your scraps and your eggshells. And then what I'm doing is doing a thin layer of worm castings. And then I'll do more food, and just to kind of really get it going. And so I'm doing that. And so I'll show part of that presentation, because I'm doing a little PowerPoint in my video on worm castings. And so it should be kind of interesting, I think, because worm castings is, I guess it's kind of like, when you use worm castings, it's kind of like you being a homeopath of, if you're a homeopathic herb person, you're helping your body or somebody else's body. And I look at worm castings the same way on how it helps plants and trees. And so I'm going to talk about that and all the different kinds of worm castings and how to make worm casting tea. So that video is up this week. And Bomber Steve is in here. Hey, Bomber Steve, how are you? And I apologize if I missed anybody, so please just say hi again or say a question or something so that I see that you guys are, that you're here and I can say hello to you. And I just appreciate all my members that pop in, and Alpine Gulch is a member, and Doug is in here, and I'm scrolling up so I can pop everybody. Nina's in here, Vineyard Chicks, Bunky's Garden, all great members of Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I go over to Mary's house, and she finds paintings, and she wants to know how to paint them. She's in her 70s. She doesn't sell her artwork. She just finds things that she enjoys, and she'll say, "Can you teach me how to paint this way?" And Belinda's in here. Hey, Belinda, how are you? Bomber Steve, you are correct. Worms are the hardest workers you will ever have. And they just do so much good. And we're going to talk about that. Things that you may not have thought about. And you will look at worm castings in a whole different way. And you will want to do vermiculture so you don't have to buy it. And Nightbot will show different ones of my members. And so that is just awesome. See? Anyway, I go to Mary's house every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Last week she wasn't feeling good, so I didn't go. And we are just finishing up a painting, so I'll show that to you next week. But this is the painting she picked out that she wants to learn how to paint. This is a totally different style of painting than the last two that we did. And so I thought, well, that's okay, She wants to learn different ones. And so I started drawing them on the canvas. So I have part of it drawn. I don't have it all drawn. But it'll be fun, and I'll show you guys when that gets done. That'll take us probably 2.5 weeks to get that done. And it's just interesting. Oh, Joe's here.
What?
Joe, come say hi to everybody.
Oh, baby.
He says, oh, baby. Just say hi real quick. See? Don't fall over. Just say hi.
Hi, everybody.
He was bowling today. Joe bowls a lot, though. You know, it's good, clean fun.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Yes. It is fun. It's been a couple decades, so it's fun to get back into it.
See, everybody's saying hi to you. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe.
Monkey's here.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi,
Hi,
Joe.
everybody.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe.
Is that Angie?
Yeah, that's
Hi,
Angie.
Ange.
See, everybody's saying
Lazy Homestead, Vineyard, Chicks. I know them guys.
See, everybody's saying hi. Hi, Joe.
There's nice people in here.
I know it. Bowling is awesome.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Sandy had 4 strikes in a row.
I did. It's the first time
4.
the first time I ever had a turkey. And the turkey's only 3, and then I had 4 of them. It was like, oh my gosh.
She was so excited. It was funny.
It was like, yes. See, everybody's saying hi.
Ouch.
Hi, 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 hi. See, everybody says hi.
Hi,
to you.
everybody.
Okay, now I'll
Gotta
let you
go.
go. Now he's got to go. Big trucks going by. So I talked to my friend down in Arizona by where we live, in the little development that we live in. They're having monsoons in Yuma, Arizona. Now, rain there and rain here is not the same thing. Oh, and Teresa says hi too. I'm going to tell him that we're going. We're going to book flights, and we're coming to see you. We bought the stuff to do lawn bowling, but we haven't done it yet. Well, actually, Joe did a little bit of it in Colorado, but I didn't do it. And so we're going to do that. And see, I switch, and then my brain just goes. It'll come back in a little bit. Oh, Angie says that she is spraying for hornets. It's not fun. Just be careful, Ange. You should have taken one of my bee suits with you. And then you wouldn't have to worry about it when you're spraying, because the hornets couldn't get through there. Oh, anyway, that's right. See, that's why I love everybody on YouTube, because they remind me. So I talked to my friend Deb, and because she's posting and she's showing pictures, and there's water standing, and in the last, I think she said in the last 5 days, it's rained several times, and they've had 3+ inches of rain in Yuma, Arizona. That is a lot of rain for Yuma, Arizona. And like in the wintertime, I'm like totally excited when it rains. And that one day it was 1/16 of an inch. Yeah, it's a totally different kind of rain. But they're having their monsoons. And so that's why it's like that. Oh, looky here. It's the Ann girl, Andale Homestead. She has a live tomorrow, 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is 11 o'clock Eastern Time where she is. And I saw her today on Lead Farmer 73 today, and she was one of the moderators, and so that was awesome. So, Ann, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope that garden of yours is going well. And Ann and I are like peas in a pod. You know, I have met such great friends on YouTube. I am always so appreciative of it. It's just like, wow. And it's just so little time, I tell you. So little time. Oh, look at here. Right down on the corner, it popped up that I'm now live. I've been live for 35 minutes. And it's just telling me in the corner that I'm live. It's a little behind. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yes, the garden is blessed. Awesome. And Doug is leaving us because he should be, because him and Shelly are on vacation. Why is he even talking to us? He should be strolling down the beach with Shelly arm in arm. No shoes, in the sand, with the water coming and just brushing over the tops of their feet. The sun going down, the colors across the ocean. I can imagine it. It's fabulous. And Angie says, we are alive. That is right. Because he's crazy like the rest of us. That is so funny. So I'm looking forward to watching some fun videos this week from some of my favorite channels. And it's exciting to learn all the different tips and tricks and things that people are doing on their channel. Because it doesn't matter how many times I read different books. Oh, let me show you this new book I got. Now, I've done a lot of things with honey. And look at this, Sweet Remedies, Healing Herbal Honeys. Oh, Lazy Bunny Homestead, thank you so much. Just became a member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Kelly Evans is in here. Late is better than missing it altogether. That is awesome. That's true, though. It's very convenient the way YouTube does it, because you can just go back and watch, because we have to, people are busy, and if you miss it, it's okay. But I love the way that you can learn from so many different people. And so I'd already planned on doing some stuff with my honey for my bees this year. And I'll tell you what hooked me. There's a recipe for rosemary, fire cider with garlic and citrus. Now, I like fire cider. It's hot and it makes you go when you take it, when you drink it. And it was just like, oh yeah. When I saw that on the back cover, I said, this is the book for me. And I started thumbing through it, and it's just things that I didn't think about that I could add to my honey. I've added herbs and plants, different kinds of plants and garlic and just all kinds of stuff to my my honey, and you infuse it, and it gives you these fabulous flavors. Like I'll take the juice from some of my berries, I'll add it with my honey, and it's just fabulous. And I thought, I wonder if people would be interested in seeing some of that. And then today I saw this book, and I was like, yep, that was a sign to me that was something I was going to do. And then Steph and I were talking, and I make powders out of fruits. I dehydrate them, I grind them all up, and they make these powders. And you can add them. Like you can add blueberry or blackberry powder to your pancake mix, and it gives you that subtle taste that's not too overpowering, but it changes the color. You can add them to shakes and smoothies and all kinds of stuff. And I thought, I need to do some videos on that too, because that is so fun to do, and it's nutritious and it's good for you, and it can just change. Like you can add them to salad dressing, so now your salad dressing is a different color and it has that subtle taste of the whatever fruit that you're using. And it was like, oh my gosh, yeah. You are so right. Fire cider, oh my gosh, is it good. And Lisa Green is here from Michigan. Lisa Green, do you know the Vineyard Chicks? They are in here, and they are from Michigan also. And speaking of Michigan, for all you guys, many of you will know Mary Ranch. And Mary Ranch's birthday is on Thursday. So Thursday, I'm doing a little video for her birthday. She has been a member for a long time, and I just wanted to make a special happy birthday. But if you are a subscriber to Mary Ranch and you're watching her videos, make sure you tell her happy birthday on Thursday. And Karen is in. Oh, and see, Karen loves using dried fruit powders. Karen, do you make your own fruit powders, or maybe we should do a collaboration and see who would like to do videos on fruit powders? Because there is 1,000 things you can do with fruit powders. Oh, Lisa is pretty new to her channel. Trade Designs is part of the Vineyard Chicks. Let me see if I can find the Vineyard Chicks. There they are. This is the Vineyard Chicks. And 3 girls. They live in Michigan. They have fabulous. All 3 girls have their own channels besides the Vineyard Chicks. Fabulous. I think you'll like them. And so if not in this comment, later, or send me an email if anybody out there that's got a YouTube channel would be interested in doing a collaboration on fruit powders. And maybe we do 3. Like Karen and I have done some collaborations, and like we made different salts. I'm still using those salts that we made. And Karen says, yes, that would be awesome to do a collab. I normally buy freeze-dried raspberries and strawberries and put them in the food processor. Awesome. See, and that's an easy way if you don't have a dehydrator or a freeze dryer yourself, that you can take them and then use a food processor. I have a Vitamix and it just pulverizes them. Or you can use like a coffee grinder and it'll just pulverize it. And then you can use those fruit powders, and they're fabulous. Karen, I will send you an email and we'll have to talk about that, okay? Tomato powder is very useful too. It is. Powdered, oh my gosh. I have never thought about doing powdered salsa. That would be fabulous. Because, man, you could add that to a lot of things. You know, with the peppers and the spices and the onions. That. Maybe we should just do, let everybody do vegetable or fruit. We'll have to talk about that. So you guys send me some emails and we will figure that out. Anne says she wouldn't know anything about that. But Anne, once you start doing those powders and you start adding them to things, it is just phenomenal. The things that you can change. You could add them to a cake mix and change the color, change the flavor. It's just a million things that you can do. And I have tomato powder too. It is awesome. That's true. Tomato is technically a fruit. That is true. You know, a lot of times I chop up my Swiss chard when I dehydrate it, but then some of it I even powder all the way, and I just add it to casseroles and soups and just all kinds of stuff. It is amazing. Plus, you got this much stuff, and then all of a sudden, it's in a little tiny container because it's all dried and ground up. And so it doesn't even take hardly any room in your pantry. And that is fabulous. But everybody, I got to stop because it is at 44 minutes. And oh, I could get big bags of powdered tomato salsa in Tucson. That is interesting. So even if you didn't have a freeze dryer or a dehydrator, maybe people could get those online. You know, I mean, I haven't ever bought them online, but I don't know why. Almost everything you can find online. Do you have a favorite dehydrator? Excalibur. I have one. Angie has one. And I've tried the round ones. I've tried different ones. But the Excalibur, it is a workhorse. And depending on what size you can get, they have more or less trays. And it is a fabulous dehydrator. I'm sure there's other good ones too. But Dan, that would be the one I would recommend. And it is a workhorse. I mean, there's certain times of the year that I am using it and using it and using it. And when those herbs are ready and they're at their peak, and, you know, in fact, I need to go cut some French tarragon this week and dehydrate it. So it's crazy. Now on my other channels, Fuse Glass Artwork, I have a bottle in the kiln. I had did the draping fire, but it was just too thick. It only slumped a little teeny bit. So I am doing it farther. And then Nate, one of my subscribers, I done a test on trying to do different things in between pieces of glass. And one of those things was hair, but it just disappeared really. And so he sent me a message and he says, is there any way that you can do that? And so today I actually, I did some different ways. It goes in the kiln tomorrow. I added paint to the strands of hair. I added a stringer medium. I added some glue. I added micas. I added different things on these little test squares. And so I'm going to see, it'll go in the kiln tomorrow and I'll know the next day. And so that's kind of cool. And I think I miss Jake coming in here. Hey, Jake, how are you? How's Ann and the girls? I hope everything is going good. And Lynn is in here. Hey, Lynn. Lynn is a member of Suburban Homesteader Wyoming. And actually, Jake's wife is a member also. And Lynn, are you just days away from moving into your new house? You've been looking for a meat dehydrator, but have not pulled the trigger. Excalibur is a really nice one, and it has, it's easy, it's dial setting, and depending on if you're just doing herbs or vegetables or meat, and it has all the settings and it lets you know all about that. And I am just scrolling down real quick and making sure that I didn't miss anybody else. And there's Nisi. Hey, Nisi, how are you? Nisi has been making some fabulous hats on her channel. And I mean, fabulous, beautiful hats that she's been making. And so it's getting to that time of the year. Summer's, so here, even in Wyoming, we still have easily a month of growing. And so I got some huge tomatoes that today they started turning red. I'm so excited because they have been taking a long time to turn. Not my little ones, but the big ones have taken. And Lynn says, yes, everything is at the house except the furniture. The movers come on Saturday for furniture. We're sleeping at the apartment this week because we're too old to sleep on the floor. I can understand that. But congratulations on the new house. I'm so excited for you. And I made you a little something. And so when you get, I just need your new address. I don't want it to be forwarded because it's glass. And so just email me the new address and I will send that out to you. Okay? I hope you like it. And so I'm going to let you go. I know I said that 5 minutes ago. It's true. I did. And I am going to let you go, though. But look for shorts every single day and not the shorts you wear. Shorts that are 15 seconds long. And look for the worm casting video because I think you'll find that very interesting. And Cecily's here. Hey, Cecily. And I didn't say Lynn was a member, and she is, and so is Cecily. And just got off work, and I am driving home, so listening to you on my way home. I hope you had a good day at work. Cecily is a fairly new master gardener where she lives, and so that's always exciting. And it's, if you're a master gardener and you do garden videos, you just have this in your brain that you want to teach. You want to teach people. And so that's just what we do. I tell you. But I'm going to let everybody go. And because it is 20 minutes longer than my lives usually are. But look for some fun shorts. Tomorrow, it's me holding my hand with those chickens eating. And I think it's kind of fun. But I will see you. Oh, that's true. And let me go up again. One last thing. Lazy Bunny Homestead. Just became a member, but I need your physical address if it's okay. And let me give you my address because I send things to members. And so my members know that. And some of them don't give me their physical address because they're just uncomfortable with that, and that's okay. But if you would like to, as a member, I give things different times of the year, and I send out birthday cards. So if you give me your birthdays and your anniversaries, things like that. So I'm going to let you go. And remember, it's Mary Ranch's birthday on Thursday. So if you go over to her channel on Thursday, please tell her happy birthday and wish her well. And I will see you next time.